Wiggle those thumbs, EDC family. Wiggle those thumbs. Hola.
Hola.
Hola, Herc. So, I think that we're going to call that our cold opening for now on. What do you think, Herc?
Absolutely.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, good to have you all with us, our fantastic EDC family. I am your host, Prophet, and with me, as always, in the studio is Herc, and with us, as always, is the professor, the man behind the...
Called Man Behind the Magic.
The man behind the magic.
Got a ring to it.
Oh, it does. Professor's Particulars, the man behind the magic. Well, kicking around the compound at some point around here, you might hear a bark from Chaos, you might hear Kitten, you might even hear Cuz, who knows? But they all send their love as well. Herc, we have an exciting pocket knife to reshoot today. Herc, give them the disclosure today.
Quick disclosure about our knife today and all other knives and items we have had or even will have on our channel to this date. We do not have sponsorship. This knife was purchased by us, tested and used by us in the real world. Is this the right knife for you? I don't know. Is it even legal to own or carry? I also don't know. Well, EDC family, remember, we are YouTubers, not lawyers. You should never get legal advice from anyone that isn't a professional. But seriously, please look into and know about your local knife laws. Are you not quite sure how that works? Well, it does not hurt to visit and, if at all possible, support the website akti.org. They are the American Knife and Tool Institute, and they are on the front lines, helping us keep our freedoms and our rights. Oh, love that thing. Woo.
I just thought it's on the table. I know it's here for the comparison portion, but
how do you not pick it up?
How do you not play with the knife in front of you, right? Because that's what we're all knife lovers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for that fantastic disclosure, bud.
You got it.
So let's introduce this guy together. All right, let's grab that guy. And what we're going to do is, EDC family, today we have we call it a redo or a remix. What do the kids call it these days?
Take two.
Take two. Take two of the Grimsmo Norseman. But wait, Herc, we've already done a review on the Norseman.
There's one on.
There's a Norseman right here. What's going on, man?
I have no idea. I'm just as perplexed as I think the rest of the EDC family is.
Well, Herc, why don't you go ahead and open that up and give me your first impression,
All right, well, let's see here. This is pretty exciting.
Look at you forgetting how to keep your hands in camera frame. I love it.
I'll learn someday, maybe. Probably not.
It's a pain.
Oh, man, look at this beauty.
Well, that makes up for it right there.
Woo, that is
it looks a little different, though. It looks like it's got some curves going.
It's a little more techy, a little more, it's
a little bit different.
Sleek.
Interesting. Oh, well, it still opens.
That was definitely a second effort.
Even with your ring finger right on the lock bar, that thing still somehow opened.
Well,
I know.
Sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
That's very true. My granny used to have all kinds of sayings here on the channel.
No, really?
Yeah, we'll have to get back to that one day.
Oh, man.
But
I don't know if I've ever heard any.
Well, you're the one that talks to our EDC family more in the comments and on social media. And they don't like when I get off and ramble. So we're going to chill on that. No, they don't. We're going to chill.
We hear your comments. We're reading them. Thank you. Keep following us. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell. Hit everything.
Or Spidey flick it, maybe?
Whatever you got to do, just hit it.
Why don't we pop that Grimsmo guy down? I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because there's a thing we got to do. We do it every week. Don't we usually do what's it called?
It's something.
Show me something.
A dolphin or
Show me the flipper! Well, that's right. We used to call this Prophet's pocket check, but now it's Prophet and Herc's pocket check. Let's just show it.
Yeah.
My knife that I carried today, Herc, I carried the Jim Skelton, who is another creator on YouTube, by the way. Has his own channel.
Love that.
Please check him out. He's a wonderful human being. Loves EDC. But he's a much better cameraman than we are. That's okay.
We all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, or you just become Jim Skelton and you say, hey, I'm going to not only have a YouTube channel, but I'm going to make my own damn knives now. Yeah. And he did that. And that's what he does. And this is his scaphoid.
Beautiful knife.
Love the knife. We've had it on the channel. It's fantastic.
Tonto.
Oh, God. It's a beautifully done Tonto.
Yeah, that's a nice slender Tonto. Sometimes they get a little bit chunky looking, which I prefer. But that one's a nice slender looking Tonto.
Yeah, and honestly, strap her up, ready to go. So yeah, I carried the scaphoid today as was my knife, Herc. I'm going to quickly show you what I carried as my torch. as our friends out the side of the pond would say. We might call it a flashlight, but I figured, hey, we're always showing our Arcfield Ultras, right? Mm-hmm. But I wanted to show what I had in my pocket today, which was, boom, a tiny little Olight today, a Baton 3 with the wireless charging system with some gold and some red. She's the pretty one.
That's awfully weird because I was also carrying a Baton today. Another little guy.
Is that the 4?
The Baton 4.
Oh,
Love this colorway, green and gold.
yeah. He's always got to outdo me, EDC family. Well, okay, maybe you won't outdo this. You know, gold's up in the market.
Oh,
Everyone's
gold.
talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, Herc, I carried a French gold coin today. Huh? What about that?
Wow.
That is a 20 franc gold piece. I'll show the EDC family my pocket piece today. You might have outdone me with the baton, but there's no way you're carrying around a gold coin today. It's just not going to happen.
What year is yours?
Well, if you have to know, by the way, this beautiful 20 franc gold coin is from 1897. 1800s, bud. Beat that.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, I also was carrying a gold
Oh, for
20 franc coin here. Mine was from 1855, however.
oh, you son of-
So, I mean,
They're going to start thinking we're doing this on
apples
purpose.
to apples.
You ever go to a party, Herc, and the guy's got on the same darn outfit? That's what I feel like just happened.
Yeah.
But then he one-ups you because, you know, his outfit's actually from the good store and yours is like, you know, homemade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what just happened here.
Sometimes it
Fine,
happens.
all right, you beat me on the coin, you beat me on the flashlight. What kind of pocket knife did you carry today, Herc?
Well, the knife I had today was the Spyderco Endura 4.
Son of
The Damascus edition.
oh,
Blue FRN.
well, you got to move that pocket clip, buddy.
I do.
That would bug me.
Pocket clip's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten around to changing it yet, but stainless steel Damascus. Beautiful knife.
All right, well, yeah, that's, you know what? Fine, we're about even today.
Yeah.
Two really nice knives.
Absolutely.
2 really nice pocket pieces, both gold. And then, is yours really the 4? Let me see that real quick.
Sure is. Yeah.
Oh, you
Baton
gotta be
4.
freaking kidding me. It really is. But you don't have the charging case, do you?
Wow. Since you...
No. Okay. We'll take your word for it, bud. All right, well, folks, you seen it there. Herc got the upper Herc on me there.
Ooh, we should have a competition.
Yeah.
In the comments, vote whose pocket check was better.
Ooh, I like that. Jim, I like to see in the comments, buddy. Okay, with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the knife and get right back into it. So a while back, we did the Grimsmo Norseman. If you folks don't remember, this particular Norseman was numbered, like they all are over there in Canada.
Absolutely.
Number 1399. It was the first Norseman that I had ever purchased, and it's fantastic. Oh, I have some news for you, Herc. We're talking about Grimsmo. We actually have a couple Grimsmo knives we're having made right now.
Oh,
Professor and I. Yeah,
wow.
He's told me to keep it a surprise for you, but we've got the updated RAS coming.
Ooh, very
And we got
nice.
to pick everything on the build.
Oh.
Wow, beautiful. And the Fiel will be behind it.
Oh, love
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think we all do. And I can't wait to show it to everybody. So, yeah, so this is just an updated version, but it's a little bit more special than that. So we're not going to get carried away today, Herc, with the carryorbury because we've already done a carryorbury on this knife. We'll quick do a recap for them at the end after we go through our normal paces, right? And kind of go from there. What we will talk about, though, for our next segment that we usually do, which is our, what was it, Herc?
Professor's particulars?
Oh, you do this every week? No, knowledge is king's got to come first, Mr. Herc.
Darn it.
Remember that in the comments, folks. If you're voting on anything, remember Herc is always forgetting how we do things at the compound. Somehow.
Forgetful Franny.
So stupid. So dumb. All right, so anyways, without further ado, knowledge is king. And I know normally we're going to give you some tidbits today, right? And that's kind of where we'd go with this. Instead of boring you, we're going to reiterate a little bit about the company, Grimsmo. John and Eric started this company out of their garage, right? And they really have done the, you know, I always want to say the American dream here, but that's just because that's where we're from, right? The reality of it is it's the human dream, right? You have an idea that you're proud of, that you care about, you take said idea, and you go all in on it, right? You start it in your spare time, it becomes a full-time gig, and all the while you're learning, in this case, how to be a machinist, right? How to work access machines and how to get into. I mean, we're not just talking about you're starting a shoe store and you're buying some shoes from Nike, right? Or wherever, right? What you're doing is you are learning how to physically take raw materials, make them into something not just usable, right? I mean, but very nice. And you're talking tolerances that are unheard of.
Well, yeah, even before the actual making process, you've designed all of this.
Oh, yeah.
And countless hours of designing, and I'm sure there were different iterations and variations and trial and error, and that didn't work, let's try this. And being a knife maker myself, I appreciate it just as much as anyone else, if not even a little bit more, because that's, I think, the goal for anyone who enjoys making things is you have a creativity inside you that designing these different knives and seeing people enjoy them is it's like your baby.
It's your baby. Herc, you know what might help you out a little bit, actually? You're a knife maker. You're getting started. This is your first year, right, doing it? And you're already making pretty cool stuff, by the way. What I'd love to do is get some pictures of the lightsaber you just made, put it on for the EDC family to see. He actually made a lightsaber. We're going to hold off on that. May the 4th was yesterday. Today's Cinco de Mayo. If you would like to see pictures or video of his handmade, homemade lightsabers, let us know. At any rate, I digress as usual. Maybe they'll like that because I was talking about Herc. What you can do, though, is John actually and Eric, John decided, you know what, this whole process is new to me. It's something that I'm not comfortable with, and I'm going to learn it all. I'm going to do it myself, and I'm adamant to do it. I'm just going to vlog it. I'm going to vlog everything I do, even the mistakes. So that way, if you are an inspiring knife maker, if you're an inspiring human being that wants to get into the wonderful world of machining, well, guess what? You can follow John's journey and Eric's journey and the family's journey and the employees over at Grimsmo Knives, who really aren't really employees. They're much more like family. And you can really kind of root for them, watch their whole thing, learn. And it's pretty amazing. So, yeah, that was our Knowledge is King for the day. Is just honestly the Grimsmo deal. Like, you're getting these are true people that really care. I mean, we could go all day about this, right? But this was one of the positives when we talked about the carry on the first Norseman we did. Knowledge is King, I think, can be over now, right? Let's say bye to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Knowledge is King. Wait a minute. What time is it now, though?
I think I know now.
I don't know, buddy. What time do you think it is?
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Oh, does she?
It may be Professor's particulars.
Well, Herc, since Professor has the Professor's particulars icon now, and we said goodbye to Knowledge is King.
We did say that.
And you're giving some really beautiful angles of this Norseman. What I'd like you to do, if you can, is there's a special thing about this Norseman. The pivot on it is different than all the other Norsemans. Did you know that? And so is the pocket. Or is it maybe not the pivot? Maybe it's the pocket clip on the. Yeah, it's the pocket clip. They didn't change the pivots. But if you look at the pocket clip logo, you're going to notice something on it. Let's see if you can figure out what it is. The pocket clip is on the other side of the knife. There you go, buddy. That's the pocket clip.
That is a pocket clip.
EDC family, if you want to see if Herc can tell what a pocket clip... I'm just kidding.
Anatomy of a knife.
Anatomy of a knife. Take 2.
I do see something a little bit different on here. It looks like there may be something on the Grimsmo logo.
What do you think it is?
Possibly a gas mask of sorts?
Well, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the specs, right? Every Norseman is going to have about a 3.5-inch long recurved Tonto blade, right? With about a 3 350 thousandths of an inch and a cutting edge, right? You're also going to get 8.7 inches of an open length and just under 5 inches of a closed length. The blade thickness, 125 thou. Can't go wrong with how they handle things. And the handle thickness assembled, 400 thousandths. Pretty cool.
Pretty thin.
Yeah, it's a really slim. You almost think, how the heck does the blade fly out and shut like a guillotine, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the kicker. It's not a light knife, right? And that's part of it. That blade, she's got some love on
There's
her.
some heft to it.
Right. So you've got a weight of about just a little bit over 5 ounces, okay? Nothing outstanding. They do use RWL34, which is a Martinistic stainless steel, which is made by Damasteel in Sweden. And every once in a while, John and Eric do have Damasteel options. And talking to John, they're going to be probably making it to where you can get them if you get an email for a buyer's choice, which really, really cool. So that's awesome. You can also get CPM 154, which is a Crucible USA, and a MagnaCut. CPM MagnaCut is also a blade material option. I mean, you really just can't go wrong, right? I mean, it's really cool. So RWL34, Damasteel, which is the DS93X. Fantastic, beautiful pattern made by Damasteel, obviously in Sweden. I don't know if they're going to do any kind of Damacore. We didn't chat about that. Again, CPM 154, MagnaCut. They do a really amazing heat treat, by the way, over at the shop there. Eric does a wonderful job with sharpening, heat treat, the whole 9 yards. And what they do is they heat treat, well, the RWL34, the 154, the CPM 154, and the Damasteel blades, they're going to probably be around 60 to 62, if I remember right, or 61, something like that. But they are upping the MagnaCut to around 63 HRC. But the kicker is all of their blades are cryogenically treated. All of them.
Nice.
Which gives you amazing edge retention. But it also actually makes the toughness better, too, in these guys.
Sure.
So that's all great. You're also going to get CNC machine blade bevels, right? You're going to get titanium handles. You're going to get a titanium clip, spacers, and screws. All of them at 440 thread. You can't really go wrong, right? Now, the pivot and the pivot screw are amazing, right? And they're going to be a little bit different steel there. They're going to be hardened. I think they're around mid-40s for the HRC for those. But here's what's great. Because it's all done in-house, even the screws that are titanium, by the way, they're T9 on all of them.
That's
no
nice.
Small, weird little screws, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on the newer Norsemans, opposed to the older ones, you're getting the AEB-L stainless steel lock bar, right? Which, again, you don't have to, but why not heat treat it, right? I mean, why not? So those are going to be heat treated over there. And I think that's going to be closer to 60, something like that, or just before. Then they use black Delrin bearing cages, and they don't just stop there. They're also using 1/16 of an inch, green, by the way, ultra precision. I think it's the grade 3 ceramic bearing balls or ball bearings, whatever best way to say that, I'm not sure. But they don't just do that, Herc. So they got the ball bearings in there, and a long time ago, John noticed, like, if you have a ball on a knife on the blade, right? So it's like you take your fingernails, right? So follow me here, bud, and scrape them on the plastic here, okay? That's like a ball because your fingernails are rounded. Now take the palm of your hand, put it down, and bring it back. A little smoother that way, right?
Absolutely.
So why not take these tiny little ball bearings and hack the ends off to make them flat against where the knife is touching on the pivot? Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? So they don't just flatten it, they actually then polish it. Why not? Grimsmo way, right? This is the Grimsmo way. Things are done a little different here. I think we could say goodbye to Professor's Particulars. What do you think?
Toodaloo.
Herc, it's time to compare some knives.
Well, I love comparisons.
You do.
Especially with the ones we have today.
This is pretty exciting.
These are some nice knives.
So I thought it'd be fun. I'll compare the first one. You compare the second one. I'll do the third one. You do the last one. Love it. Love it. And we're going to, hey, EDC family, we're as excited as you about knives, right? So here's our Norseman. We figured since we're going to be putting a more expensive knife up today, let's show what other expensive people. I don't want people saying, "Oh, $1,100 knife. That's crazy." Well, this is a $5,000+ knife. So, if this is crazy, this is muy loco, right?
See.
Okay.
Muy loco.
This is loco, folks, because this knife is a G&G Hawk John Wick 4 exclusive with the MagnaCut, right? With the marbled inlay carbon fiber. It is a deadlock, so you have no blade play. You've got a wonderful PV coating. It comes with an amazing box, but it's made by the actual mad scientists in the world of knife making right now, G&G Hawk, which I actually forgot to mention something. We were talking about all the blade steel options over here at Grimsmo. Who's the gentleman that they can go to learn more about that? Do you remember?
Laren Thomas.
Laren Thomas. He's a doctor, if I remember right. C.
Doc Steel.
Doc Steel. If they want to know about any of the knife steels we talked about or any of the other things, they can pick up his book, which is Knife Engineering, right? Can get it on Amazon if they want. They could also, if they felt like it, visit Knife Steel Nerds.
I was just going to say that. Knife Steel Nerds.
Do they have a YouTube channel, bud?
They do, actually.
That's right. Okay. Man, pretty cool.
Absolutely. Love that knife. Tough to get over the sound, how solid it feels. Just a beautiful.
I almost forgot we were comparing it. So if you do happen to own a Deadlock, it's going to be pretty close in length, if not just a tad bit over, right? Over the Grimsmo. You're going to be a little bit thicker, you know.
OTF.
I wonder which one will close faster. Let's see if we can get this on camera. Hold on. We do got to prime the Grimsmo, though, because that's only fair, right?
Yep.
So let's try it. Okay, the Deadlock does beat it.
It does. It's got a little bit of an assist to it.
If you were wondering at home which one would be faster to get up and out, get out, which one would deploy faster? Deadlock again.
Yeah, the Deadlock, but
Deadlock wins every damn time. I don't care.
it's hard. Yeah.
Look, Gavin and Grant, love it. We love it. We love it. Our friends, you guys are the best. It's a whole different knife.
Absolutely. Different style, OTF versus flipper.
But we're really not here for that, are we? We're actually here.
Let's stay on track.
I mean,
They're both great knives. Yeah.
if you own a Spyderco PM2, actually, do you have that Endura 4 on you, bud?
I do.
Let me see that real quick. Why don't you pop that next to it? There you go. If you own a Spyderco, you're going to see a actual comparison here, right, Herc? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's pretty darn close, actually.
It is. Yeah. Lengthwise, pretty close.
Let's get them kissing.
Blade shape, definitely different, obviously.
Herc,
You get
even the thickness has got to be pretty damn close.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's about as close as it gets, right?
Yep.
I mean, there's a price difference on the two.
Slight price difference, yeah. Slight price difference.
Usually about $1,000 or so, maybe 900. I don't know, depending. But I mean, hey.
But as we'll see in the future when we do our budget versus bougie,
Oh, that's right. We're working on that, aren't we?
I think the budgets can surprise you sometimes.
The budgets or the bougie coming up on Carrier
You gotta
Bury.
get like jerseys made or something.
They're gonna be made probably. Why don't you do the hey, Herc?
Yeah.
Would you be a pal and do the next one?
Yeah, absolutely. The next one here that we have is the Phantom Steelworks Dub, and this one is a custom one.
Oh, it's a one-off, huh?
It is a one-off.
Nice.
Love the texturing on the blade, texturing on the handle, titanium, nice beefy pocket clip. This is a flipper. There's not a whole lot about this that I personally don't love. Comparing it,
Is that
both Tontos.
Is that a whole Timascus front on that, Herc?
It is.
Is that a whole Timascus pocket clip?
It is.
Jeez Louise.
That's I'm at a loss of words, clearly. Lengthwise, similar, a little bit shorter for the Phantom Steelworks Dub, but definitely a thicker boy.
That's a big boy.
This thing is beefy.
Yeah. Yeah.
My nickname also,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Herc it up.
Beefy, in case you were curious.
Oh, no, I just call you Herc. Well, I'm going to save my next one. Why don't you show them the next one?
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
I'm going to skip the third one, leave that one for profit there. Here, those of you that have been watching the channel, this is definitely one of our faves. Brian Winters, love this. The Severn. Severn from Winterblade.
What kind of steel does that one have, bud? A MagnaCut?
This is MagnaCut, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, MagnaCut. Obviously the magnetic.
The only thing magnetic on those Severns actually is the thumb stud.
The thumb stud.
But it's still, hey,
That's right.
Brian's got to put some magnet stuff in there, right?
Yeah, yep. Him and his magnets. Beautiful. Love this with the
Great
topo on there. This thing is a
Really can't
beautiful
go
knife.
wrong.
Nope.
So, yeah, and one of the things EDC family, so the reason why we want to put that on there is if you're looking for a unique blade shape, you're looking for a well-built knife, that has, really fast closing action, just like the Norseman's known for. Its little guillotine shut action here. Well, guess what? You can get it much cheaper, and these or whatever, right? So we know that you can buy cheaper knives. Yes, absolutely. But at some point you have to realize, again, what you're buying,
Yep.
what type of people you're buying it from, who you're supporting, what type of materials, what type of tolerances. I mean, there's a lot of things that knives like these can do, right? But when you're buying something in any type of collectible or, any type of EDC even, there's always something. You can go to Temu and you can buy a knife, or you can go to somebody who has perfected knives, right?
Absolutely.
And you can buy that knife. You're going to pay a lot more, but sometimes, buying it at a better price or a budget price doesn't make it better. Sometimes bougie is better, because sometimes bougie, it might seem bougie, but bougie could also mean better.
And a lot of times bougie comes with premium blade steels, premium handle materials, all of those things that do make a knife better. And those will definitely be things we have to talk about in that bougie versus budget. I did want to mention quickly, though, with these two, a lot of similarities with their heavy reliance on machining, right? A lot of times with knife making, you'll see a lot of forging, you'll see a lot of different forge techniques, but these guys both use a lot of mills and very precise machining techniques to get those tight tolerances. So there are a lot of similarities between those two in these two knives.
That's pretty cool. Well. I like that. Well, I think what we'll do, EDC family, we'll do one more quick comparison. I hope our banter is at least entertaining a little bit for these videos when they start hitting the 30-minute mark for Professor to edit down. But here we go. Grimsmo versus Grimsmo. Norseman versus Norseman. Pretty soon, we're going to actually be able to have the Rask and then the fill. Ooh. And buddy, actually, could you hand me that pen right there? I forgot. Yeah, I actually had this on me today. And I thought, for the video. They also make pens, right? Grimsmo makes pens. Now, do we get paid sponsorship from John at all?
We do not. Nope.
Does Eric give us a call and say, hey, can you guys throw the SOG up there?
Love to hear from him, but unfortunately he has not rung yet.
No. Well, I talk to John sometimes, but
lucky you.
I haven't got the opportunity. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty blessed. He's a fantastic human being.
Yeah.
And in fact, I told this story on the video, and I'd love for you to watch it. When I first bought this knife, I emailed John asking him if it was legitimate. I knew nothing about premium knives, right? And I just something felt, I was scared. And not only did he get back to me, he sent me a YouTube, a personal YouTube video thanking me for the I didn't buy this from them, right?
Right.
I bought this secondhand. Thanked me for the purchase, told me that it was good, and then him and I kind of developed, a little back and forth.
That's awesome.
And
shows their character, moreover.
It shows their character. And sometimes, you might be paying a premium for something, right? But sometimes all the people they employ, the type of bosses they are, the type of family, the type of community leaders they are, the type of humans they are, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they sell Sagas, which are my favorite pen, honestly. I don't know. I've had a lot of. You've seen all my pens, actually. I've got lots of pens. And that's usually the one I carry. Anyways, the Grimsmo Norseman. What has changed on it? Well, I'm sure they can see right away, right? From the older days, contoured handles, Herc, right off the bat. That's a big deal, right?
Yep, absolutely.
But I mean, they look almost the same still, right? What else is different here?
I do love that they've carried the pattern over from the front to the backside as well with the newer version.
Ooh, they did do that, right? Wow, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of little stuff too, and we're not going to break these down. We actually thought we were going to do that, right? We're not going to. What we'll do is we'll quickly break them down. We'll go quick. Herc, while I'm doing this, I think a really good thing for us to do would be to just kind of continue a little bit. And why don't we do this? Would you be so kind, my brother, is to tell our wonderful EDC family real quick a little bit about how they can get in touch with you and how we're going to start doing a little bit more. Oh, man, I took the wrong side down, didn't I? A little bit more done for them. Oops, let's scratch it up, Prophet.
Yeah, on any social media platform, find us at carryorbury, and leave us a comment. Send us a message. Send us an email, carryorbury@gmail.com. Yeah, send us anything you'd like. Send us ideas for what you think we should do with our next episode.
Boom, man, they're disassembled. EDC family, I bet you thought we were going to take these apart on camera, show you every waking second and how we lose screws and all that stuff, but now
take 10 minutes.
Maybe take 10 minutes trying to explain differences that might be hard to catch. We would never do that at Carrier Bury.
Never.
Basically, we wanted to show you how quick and easy you can disassemble any Norseman, really. And although there are differences in some of the earlier Norsemans, they got on them pretty quickly. There's differences you can't see, like hardening differences in how they, make the screws now and flaring. And there's little machining differences everywhere that we're not going to catch with our eyes. The big one, however, that we can see is in the contouring of the handles. It's honestly in a lot of the little things too, hardening of some of the pivoting, the way that you've got to look at that. I mean, look at that.
Just look at it.
No matter what, you're going to have your born on date, right? No matter what, you are going to know when your Norseman was made. No matter what, you're going to have some of the best people in the world putting together, whether it's by their choice or your choice on maker's choice or buyer's choice on what it's going to look like. They've even got some really new, fun, unique ways to do the coloring. Yeah, they're really doing it there at Grimsmo. So I wonder if we can show another quick shot of what these look like together, or let's just say goodbye to the EDC family, because we know that we would carry no matter what Norseman it is, whether you have one of the first ones, whether you have one of the last ones. Let's go over it real quick, huh?
Yeah.
Carries, right? Or the needs, Professor. The needs are going to be, 100% the action. Mm-hmm. You're getting a lightning fast guillotine shutting action on a heavier blade, which is amazing. That's one, Herc. Two, you're going to get 100% dialed in, like crazy tolerances. Then, Herc, what else are you going to get? You are going to be able to disassemble your Norseman. You are going to get a custom case from these guys, right? That your little tool goes in, that you've got nano oil. It's all ready to go. And guess what? Just like all Norsemans, you might have the date in the handle, right, Herc?
Absolutely.
But guess what? You're also going to get it in the box. John and Eric are going to sign each thing for you, tell you when the knife was put together, when it was made, show you what type of knife it was, the number, the type of blade you have. You really can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. It is what it is. It's amazing. The negatives, or the nails, Herc, because we got to there, let's be honest, they're expensive. Yep. You're getting an expensive knife. It's a little heavy for some of our people, right? A little heavier knife. And I guess finally, not only is it expensive, you can get a very good titanium, well heat-treated knife for less nowadays, right? But who are you supporting, okay? What type of tolerances do they have? What's that extra mile are they going, And what's the warranty like? There's a lot of things that go into it, right? So at the end of the day, there's a cost matrix that you're going to have to figure out for yourself. We just bought another Grimsmo here, right? So, and we're going to buy the Fjell as soon as we win one, right? But that is what it is. So, thank you, Grimsmo. Thank you to everyone there. Obviously, this is not getting buried anytime soon, but I'm going to have my first ever Rask in my hand soon, and so are you. We're going to have to do an unboxing on it, and then we're going to have to really put it through its paces, which we will do. And
Absolutely.
we will.
Absolutely.
We've had to buff many of broken blades or chipped blades out around here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I think that kind of, that really does it. I think, Herc, you kind of already went into a little bit about like social media and stuff, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So, remember,
don't forget to click subscribe, turn on notifications so you see when we make our newest video. Turn on notifications. Also really helps if you spidey flick the like button, hit it, click it, whatever. With your help, we are going to be the most prepared family on YouTube and beyond. The one and only EDC family.
Well, so until next time, EDC family, no matter what number your Norseman is, keep those blades sharp, right? Herc, I'd be lying if I didn't tell him to, or not lying, I guess I'd be doing him a disservice if we didn't remind him to keep those flashlights charged.
Absolutely.
But if you're anything like Prophet, and believe me, you can probably see the damage from taking a knife apart last night, keep those Band-Aids close. Remember, EDC family, you are your sharpest tool in your EDC loadout. May God bless you. We'll see you soon.